For thousands of years, the standard reading of Job has followed a predictable arc. A righteous man loses everything, his friends blame his character, and he eventually demands an audience with God to secure justice. God eventually answers from a terrifying whirlwind. Instead of addressing the charges, he provides an exhaustive tour of the universe's architecture, seemingly reminding Job that a mere mortal cannot grasp the foundations of the earth. Curious tone. This traditional interpretation leaves a glaring gap. Job asked a precise question about fairness and cosmic justice, yet God responds with a lengthy lecture on meteorology and nature. The confusion peaks at the climax. God's profound address on human suffering concludes with a bizarre 34-verse description of a fire-breathing sea monster. We are left to wonder why the definitive biblical text on suffering ends with a disproportionate zoological digression. This mystery suggests the whirlwind speech carries a second, hidden layer of meaning. The prologue establishes a legal setting, the divine council. Here stands Hasatan, a prosecuting attorney or accuser. The accuser claims operational authority over the material realm. God uses Job as a stress test, seeing if a mortal can maintain alignment while trapped under the accuser's maximum pressure. In this trial, Job functions as a proxy. His personal trial serves as the staging ground for a much larger cosmic war over the authority of the material realm. God's whirlwind response utilizes a dual address, operating on two distinct frequencies simultaneously. On the first frequency, God speaks to Job, offering his direct presence and comfort. On the second, God speaks directly to the accuser. This is a declaration of war, delivered over Job's head. God begins with a legal threat, commanding the listener to dress for action like a man. Since the accuser is a divine being, God is warning him that he will eventually be judged on human terms and defeated through human flesh. God then asks, "Where were you when the morning stars sang?" This invokes the accuser's former identity, Hillel, the Shining One, or Lightbringer, reminding him of the position he occupied as a worshiper before his rebellion. God uses the very history of creation to dismantle the accuser's pride, forcing him to face the weight of exactly what he lost. God describes the limits he placed on the cosmic sea, commanding its proud waves to stop at a specific, unbreakable limit. These proud waves mirror the accuser's influence. God demonstrates that even within the material realm, the accuser's power is strictly quarantined, subject to divine boundaries. In chapter 40, God presents an impossible challenge. If the accuser is powerful, he must humble every proud thing to prove he can save himself. This creates a logical trap. The accuser cannot humble pride because he is its source. He cannot destroy his own rebellion. God exposes a terminal flaw in the accuser's logic, showing that autonomous self-salvation is a theological impossibility. This leads back to the mystery of Leviathan, the coiled beast of the sea that dominates the end of God's speech. The text describes Leviathan as a creature that refuses to make covenants, cannot be tamed, and breathes a weaponized fire that consumes rather than illuminates. Earlier, God reminded the accuser of his original role as the Lightbringer. Now we see Leviathan emitting a smoky, corrupted fire, a dark parody of that original heavenly light. God concludes his entire speech by identifying Leviathan as king over all the sons of pride. This is a mirror. God is forcing the accuser to look at the terrifying ultimate manifestation of his own rebellion and realize what he has become. God settles the question of ownership by declaring that even this monstrous embodiment of pride is entirely created and controlled by him. Leviathan belongs to the Creator and remains a weapon in God's arsenal, ready to be deployed at the appointed time of final judgment. The Book of Job reveals a sovereign Creator using a man's suffering to preview the total defeat of the cosmic source of that suffering.